Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Wealthy Monday. Start of a brand new week. Good morning, Instagram. So, this morning we're talking about the 5 wealth archetypes. As we get ready for this week, wealth with ease. Let's go. We start today at 12 Eastern. This is like my happy place. So, I'm so excited. And so many of you have registered. So, we're going to have like an amazing time pretty much all of this week, right? We've got calls today at 12, tomorrow at 12, Wednesday at 12, Wednesday night VIP, Saturday bonus day, like all the things. We're going to be spending the entire week just to clear this Wealth with Ease week, right? And we're starting this morning with the conversation around the 5 wealth archetypes. So as you're coming in, let me see Facebook, give some love, happy. Yay, hey CJ, Mia, Nads. All right. So let's jump right into it. I have been thinking about, us as women, and we get to this stage in our journey where money and financial security and the income that we receive either from our jobs or our business is something that causes us to like really do a lot of reflecting, causes sometimes some anxiety, causes us to feel even define who we are, the value that we think we have, the worthiness that we believe we have when we look at, okay, how am I experiencing money? So we want to have this conversation in the context of um, talking about your identity because Dr. Joe Dispenza says your personality, right, aka your identity, determines your reality. So let's just think of it as how you identify with money, with how you identify with wealth, determines the financial reality that you are experiencing. And these things get a little tricky because it's like, well, how do I identify with wealth? I'm not really sure what that looks like. Okay, so let's jump right in. I'm going to be talking about what is an archetype, first of all. And those of you that know Carl Jung, amazing psychologist, given us a lot of information around our consciousness and how it shapes our reality, how it shapes our life. And he says that as humans, we operate from this universal consciousness. We operate, we run our lives, we do things in lives, we have behavioral patterns, we make decisions, we take actions, and it's subconscious. Now, we know that, right? We know 95% of how we experience life is actually subconscious. But let's dive a little bit deeper because your identity, how you identify subconsciously, determines your reality. And your wealth archetype specifically, so that's your archetype, like who am I subconsciously? How do I identify myself? One of the things that I say all the time is I'm an island girl. When I say I'm Tasha, I'm an island girl. I identify as I am Tasha from an island, and there is so much that comes with I'm an island girl as an identity, right? And it literally, there have been times where I've seen myself behaving in a certain way because of that identity. There are things that agreements that I make about how I dress, what I like as food, where I like to vacation, like the whole 9 yards about how I experience life is all tied to this identity of me. I'm Tasha. I'm an island girl, right? So we're going to take it a little bit deeper. We're going to look at how you identify yourself specifically with wealth, and that's your wealth archetype. So your wealth archetype is all around what are your patterns of behavior? What are the actions that you typically take? The mindset that you have, the energy that you have related to money, finances, wealth. For example, one of my clients, she said, I've looked at my family for 400 years. That's several generations, and nobody has ever been wealthy. Talk about an identity. As in, that's like me saying, I'm from Jamaica. We're island people. We're chill. We're cool. She's like, for 400 years, no one in my family has had a lot of money. That's my identity. That's, like my family, it's not for us. So think about that. Think about how it shapes how you attract money, how you manage money, how you keep money, how you make money. All of it is tied into how do you identify with wealth? And looking a little bit deeper into what is your personal subconscious, or maybe you're even aware, like, I know I say I'm an island girl. I know that's how I identify myself, but there are other things deep within my subconscious related to saying I'm an island girl that I don't even realize. There's some things that I do. Like, for example, I just always want to be wearing sandals. That's like my island girl thing, or no shoes, right? I don't even, like, I'm telling you this right now and connecting the dots, like, that's a weird thing. My neighbors will see me walking outside and I might have no shoes on. It's like my island girl thing. We grew up like that, right? So what are some of your conscious and subconscious behavioral patterns or beliefs that influence how you interact with money? Now, I'm going to show you one of the most powerful examples that I have seen, where someone stands as a woman and says, "This is who I am." Now, I was searching for a clip where she actually said the words, but I could not find one with a volume that was good enough. Instagram, by the way, you're going to have to just listen because I can only do this on one screen. So, in this scene from this show, this woman is being identified. She is being introduced as, "This is who I am." Now, in other scenes, she's actually said this herself, but in this scene, she has someone saying it for her. And I just want you to like hear the power of who she identifies as. All right, let's go. Hang on a quick second. Here we go. Is it playing? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn. You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, rightful queen of the Andals and the First Men, protector of the Seven Kingdoms, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the unburnt, the breaker of chains.
So look at the guy, right? Look at his response. And I love it. I want you, so this is from Game of Thrones, and this is Queen Daenerys being introduced. In other scenes, this is how she like walks into the room. "I am Queen Daenerys," whatever the whole introduction is. And so everybody responds accordingly to how she identifies herself. So that's like from Game of Thrones. It's a movie. But what I want you to know is you are literally every day with your money, with how you earn money, with how you keep money, with how you grow money, everything that you do to interact with money and wealth, you have an identity and you walk around introducing yourself as, "This is who I am with wealth." But here is the thing. In that scene, we had women responding. We had humans. We had humans, right? You see the guys and the people at court, and wherever she goes in, she does this introduction. Well, in real life, the universe responds. The universe responds to the identity that you carry around with regards to wealth. So why do we want to know about our wealth identity? Why does it matter? Because when you understand how you identify, you can start to see, like, wow, if I really pay attention to how I identify, the introduction that I carry around me as a woman, as it relates to money, and specifically, I use money, but I really want to say wealth, because I want to have the conversation be elevated to, we deserve to be wealthy. So I want to elevate the conversation into what is my wealth identity? What is the wealth archetype that I operate from? And when you understand how you're operating, you can overcome any limitations that you have, anything in your subconscious mind that is an identity that does not serve you. You can really address your money blocks. You can start to step into a more empowered, like, listen to Queen Daenerys' intro. Like, I want to walk around and have the universe hear me say, "I am Queen Tasha," with like 5 minutes of, "This is who I am with wealth." And the universe goes, "Okay, let me make it so." That's the way I want to be. So you want to, really be able to overcome any limiting beliefs, any subconscious patterns that are making you not the queen with wealth that you deserve to be, and step into growing and owning your position with wealth. Here is the thing, and let me see how I can say this with love. when you are able to understand that wealth archetype that you have, you will begin to have a greater power over your financial success. You will step into such ownership around who you are as a woman that is wealthy, that the universe, the world, your business, your customers, everything has no choice. There is no other option than for everything in your world to respond accordingly to the power position that you carry as your identity. Does that make sense? Let me know. I'm going to introduce myself like that, right? Okay, so I want to talk about what are these 5 wealth archetypes. And I just want to tell you, full transparency, I'm going to describe them today, but we're really going to go deeper into all 5 of them and how you can really master managing where you're at and stepping into the highest vibration, the highest archetype during the VIP for Wealth with Ease this week. So I have the content I have for today, tomorrow, Wednesday at 12 for Wealth with Ease. It's a lot. So what I want to do is I want to use VIP to dive a little bit deeper into showing you, oh, this is how I'm operating, right? In my wealth identity. This is the archetype I'm operating from, and I want to up level that. I want to change it. So let's talk about the 5 different wealth archetypes. Number 1 is the fawn. This is the aspect of your personality, or this is the aspect of your identity that plays victim when it comes to money and wealth. This is the aspect of your personality that feels powerless sometimes with money. Like, it's just, I get what I get and that's it. Like, why can't I figure it out? I'm stuck. I can't move forward. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have so much self-doubt when it comes to anything to do with me making money. I feel undeserving of money. Now, here's the thing. We all have a little bit of this going on. And truthfully, on where you are on your journey, you may have a lot of it going on. And so I want you to think of Queen Daenerys. Imagine if you walk into the room and you're like the fawn, right? You're like the little, I'm wounded. I'm just a little baby. I can't figure it out. Like, that's the energy that you carry. The universe responds to your energy and is therefore going to give you a wealth scenario to match the identity that you have when you are operating in that fawn archetype. Does that make sense? So can you all type that? Number 1, fawn. That is a number 1. That's the first wealth archetype and the lowest. This is where you are totally disempowered feminine. Oh, I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I'm always in this procrastination pattern, like anything to do with money. I'm just in my weakest energy, my weakest vibration. Now, here's the thing. I'm not making this wrong. I'm telling you, we all have aspects of this archetype. Every single one of us, me included. Some of us have tamed this archetype. Many women that, when they first come into my world, this is 90% of how they operate when it comes to wealth, and it shows in their financial reality, right? So thanks, Diana and Marcia. Number 1, can you all type that? Number 1 is, first archetype is fawn. I want you to just like keep it real and be like, have I done that? Hey, I did this. I had a little fawn moment last week. Straight up, had a little fawn moment. I was like, whoa, what is this? Wounded Tasha. Now, I was also, like, full transparency, because we're all women here, I was also hormonal. That's a time of the month when most of us super deep dive into fawn. We're so emotional, our emotions have take over, and we just like, oh, woe is me, the world is taking over. Like, nothing bad about it, it happens. So you want to identify that and acknowledge we got a little bit of all of these going on, and we're going to talk about, okay, but I want to be aware of all of them, and I want to see where I need to kind of like move and shift and play a little chess and lower some, expand some, work on others, all that, right? So number 1 is fawn. Number 2 is the hustler. The first time I introduced the 5 wealth archetypes, I call this the market woman. And that's from my little Jamaican experience. And then my team was like, I don't know what you mean by market woman. I was like, okay, maybe I need to call it something else. So we're going to call it the hustler. But the reason I say market woman is, in my childhood, That's the woman. When I look at that woman, when I think of that woman growing up in Jamaica, this is the woman that she wakes up at 3 a.m. to catch the bus with all of her produce that she has. She gets on this bus loaded. She goes, to the market. She sits all day and all she does is hustle. Everybody just constantly trying to sell her wares. And then at the end of like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, when the day's done and she's exhausted from doing that, she gets back on a bus with all that she has left, goes home, replenishes to wake up at 3 a.m. And this is her life. The constant hustling. This is distorted masculine energy. This is when we are in, I got to do it. It's up to me. I'm totally self-reliant. I'm going to make it, happen. We work hard. We sacrifice. We actually believe that sacrifice and perseverance is the way to succeed. And when you're operating in this archetype because you probably feel exhausted. Like, look, it was cool when we were in our 20s and our 30s, but we're big and grown, as my daughter would say. So when you get to like your 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it is exhausting. We are like, okay, I'm kind of over this, the hustler. I love it. Mia said with an A. So number 2 is that second part of your personality, your identity. I identify, and I see a lot of women like standing in this. They're the boss babes. No, thank you. I don't want to crush anything but tomatoes. Like, have at it, my friend. You do that. Right? But there are times when I go into hustler mode. And when it usually is? Again, when I'm emotional. Let something not be going cool in my life. And trust me, you will find it overworking, Tasha. Let me be worried, let me be anxious, let me be whatever, and I go into this mode. I go into hustler mode. So I want you to kind of look at, where in my business am I being a little bit of a fawn, maybe a lot, maybe more than I would like. Am I really, like more so on the hustler side? I'm just working, trying to figure it out, trying to make it happen. Where am I doing that too much? Where am I not doing it enough? This is where women don't love to sell, don't love, selling is a bad word. We're in procrastination. We're not taking action. We're just like, you got to have a little hustler too. You got to have a little bit of her too. You just don't want her to be you don't want her to be running the show. You don't want her leading how you run your business, right? So which one of those are you? Now let's talk about, hey, Brenda, good morning. Now the next one is the visionary. This is the aspect of your personality that is like big picture, dreamer, everything's possible, la la land, someday over the rainbow, like, oh my gosh, all the options are available to me. I just want to sit and visualize all day, amazing. We want her. But what if she is the one, that aspect of your personality is the strongest and what you're leading with, and you're not doing your little, actions. And we'll talk about some of the other ones. Like, this is where being a visionary, on paper is amazing and we need her. But what if that's all you're doing is just dreaming, right? So each one of these has their strengths, their weaknesses, and they also have a way that you have to manage and master them. And to what proportion do you need them at play so you can like be in full divine feminine? Okay, so number 3, visionary. How many of you identify, like so many women I ask, so what do you think you are? And they'll say, I'm visionary. And that's amazing on paper. But if visionary is the one running your business without the support of the others, like you're just totally visionary, you got no little hustler in there, like that's not going to make you money. Okay. You're dreaming a lot. It's like great, but there needs to be some action. So then the 4th one is the strategist. This is the part of your personality. And I see so many women that come into my world, they need the entire nuts and bolts of the plan. I need step A to step Z. Tasha, tell me exactly how we're going to do this. I need the full plan. I need to know the how. Do you see yourself battling, needing to know the how? And so many of you that are here, you've been in my world for a long time, but I get myself hooked a little bit sometimes in strategies, like not in a good way, where it's like, I say I have faith, but then I get weak and I'm like, I don't know, I can't see, like, God, okay, I have faith, but like I need a little how. I need a little plan. I need to like see all the steps a little bit just to make me feel a little bit more better. You know what it is? That's when we're in our control energy. So number 4 is strategies. Again, we need a plan. You do need a plan. But are you procrastinating and are you stuck because you're like, I can't see all the steps. So before I take step 1, I got to see step 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I know, okay, this is the direction we're going. And if you find that you're like super analytical, you need to know all the dates and times, all the whens, all the exact, all the parts of the picture. If that's, you're spending too much time there, then that's also a problem, right? So number 1, hey Monica. So number 1, fawn. Number 2, hustler. Number 3, visionary. And number 4, strategist. And then there's a 5th one, which I'm going to talk about overall. But right now, I just want you to stop for a moment and I want you to think about which of these 4 are you operating mostly as right now? Which one is driving how you run your business? Which one is driving how money comes to you? Which one is, let's say, leading the others? Which one are you? So let me hear in the chat, which one of these are you? Do you feel like, you know what, I'm spending a lot of time in fawn, honestly, right now. I just feel weak. I feel discouraged. I feel like I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. Are you like, you know what, right now, me as like, I'm in the hustler mode, right? Angeline says strategist. Like right now, I'm just in that place where I'm dreaming a lot, but honestly, I'm not seeing the dreaming convert into dollars and cents in my bank account, but I sure am enjoying my visualizing, right? I'm spending a lot of time in the dream. Like I dream, I can see it, but it's like not converting into dollars and cents. So are you spending a lot of time in visionary, or are you just like straight on strategist? Now, my people who are logical, my academics, my people who like have higher level degrees, you went through an academic process to generate success. This is you, because all you know how to do is to follow a script to get to success. So you spend a lot of time, your comfort zone is strategist. Like, show me what to do because I know how to study and take the test and pass, right? Tell me the steps and I know how to do them well and then I'll pass. And so you spend a lot of time in strategist, but you're like, okay, wait a second, but I'm not getting the results that I want. Or are you in hustler? All right. All right, so Monica says visionary and strategist. That's me. Hey, Instagram, let me know which one are you? Which one do you find that you're like, I'm just spending too much time in which one of these archetypes? So I want to show you a model of what it might look like. This is, let's say you're like, you know what, I'm spending, if I'm being honest with myself, if there's 24 hours in the day, I probably spend a lot of time worrying about money, worrying about my finances. And then it's like, okay, you got to do something about it, Chica. So then I go into hustle mode and I start hustling. I'm spending quite a lot of time hustling, just constantly doing. I really need the how, honestly. Like for me to feel good and like I'm making progress, I need strategy. I need how. I spend a lot of time in strategy. Strategy is the opposite of faith, by the way, right? Fawn is fear. Strategy is the opposite of faith. It is like you need that. You need all that control. Just know your faith is low. And so, and maybe, every morning I do a little visualizing. So I got a little visualizing going on. And so this is like a model where you can see we all have all 4 operating at the same time. But what we want to get to is this one. This is the Wealth Queen. Forgive my spelling, my handwriting, really. So the Wealth Queen, she operates outside of all of these. When you are in the Wealth Queen archetype, here is what happens. You master all of them. You are the one, you're like the puppeteer going, I'm in fawn right now. Yeah, no, we're going to dial fawn down, right? Like right now, you know what? I can see it's been a while since I've dreamt, I've aligned to my vision. I need to turn visionary up a little bit more. Like I'm so disconnected from my vision. I'm not clear on what I really want. I'm like, yeah, the queen says, I'm going to turn up visionary. Sometimes the queen will say, listen here, Chica, you got to do some, you got to do some enrolling. You got to get out there and like really let people know how you're here to serve. Got to turn that up. And oh, you're too much in strategies. You're sitting here all day long, planning, right? Planning how you're going to execute, perfecting everything, perfecting your launch, doing all the perfecting. Got to dial that down a little bit, and you got to step into a little bit more faith. So you're welcome, Manisha. So so we are all a blend of them. So Manisha, what I want you to hear is we have all four of them operating at all times. But what I want you, when you watch that clip of Queen Daenerys, the first thing she says, I'm storm born, because she was born during a storm. So what I want you to think about is, when I am introducing myself with regards to wealth, am I leading with, I am really stuck right now financially? Are you leading with that as how you identify? Are you leading with, I am trying to figure it out, I gotta stick to the plan, I'm so in the plan and the plan's not working, now what? Like, we have all four, but which one leads? Look at your finances, look at your financial reality, and it will tell you which one of these you're leading with. Are you working too hard and not making the results that you want? You're way too much into hustler, right? Do you feel like, I don't have the faith, I'm so in my masculine energy? You're too much in strategist. Your strategist is leading. So you want to be the queen archetype, because she has mastery over which one is leading, which one needs to be turned up the most. I would say a perfect, if you want to be like queen of all of these archetypes, you want to have like that perfect combination where where fawn, you operate very limited time in fawn. It's not like it's not going to be there. I had it last week. It is going to show up, but you dial that baby back real fast. You deal with the emotions, you sit with it, you do all the things you need to do, let it go. And you're like, all right, let's go into strategist. You know what? I'm going to dial in on visionary this week. Clearly, when I'm in fawn, I've forgotten the vision. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to dial up visionary. I'm going to sit with realign into my vision, because the vision pulls you. Okay, now I'm like aligned again. Okay, great. Now what are we going to do? What's the action we're going to take? You know what? Let me go create some content. So now I'm going to go into hustler a little bit. All right. Okay, great. I'm feeling good. Now I need a plan. Like, how am I going to take all of this that I'm mastering and now put it out in the world to receive some money? So the queen archetype is the place we want to live. And during the VIP session of Wealth with Ease, that's what we're going to be talking about. How do I become queen, master of all of this? Right? So for those of you that you are already registered for Wealth with Ease, but you didn't register for VIP. So remember, Wealth with Ease is the 5-day Wealth with Ease activation we're having this week. Today at 12, tomorrow at 12, Wednesday at 12. But Wednesday night at 6, we're going to do an hour and a half of VIP session. I'm going to talk about the 5 archetypes and how you get to queen. We're going to do some quantum leaping, some visioning and visualizing. Like, VIP is where I play. So you want to be here. I have some incredible women sharing with you the breakthroughs that they've had in literally 30 to 90 days. So you want to be there. Like, this is where you come be fed. Type VIP if you have not yet registered for the VIP portion of Wealth with Ease. Go ahead and type VIP in the comments. Check Facebook Messenger. You'll get a link to register. Just take care of it today before 12 o'clock. If you are not registered at all, you can go to tashachen.com/WWE. Let me put that up real quick. tashachen.com/WWE. It stands for Wealth with Ease. And I'll see you all at 12 today. One last thing. Some of you have said, oh, I registered and I haven't gotten my email. We've sent the emails. What we find happening is for some people, it's going to spam. So you want to first check emails from Tasha at tashachen.com. And if you still can't find it, just email support@tashachen.com. Send an email, support@tashachen.com, and we'll take care of getting the information to you. All right. We're also sending text messages. Like, we're doing everything to get you the information, those of you that are registered. But I'll see you at 12 today. I cannot wait. We're talking science today, my favorite. All right, everyone. Love you. Have a great day. See you later, those of you that are registered.